7? And you will excuse me for tonight, won't you, Luann?
Jim Nabors, a little-known Alabama native, was discovered by Andy Griffith while performing at a Los Angeles comedy club. Griffith was so impressed that he invited Nabors to guest star on his show, The Andy Griffith Show. Nabors' character, Gomer Pyle, proved to be a hit, leading to the spin-off series Gomer Pyle USMC. For the role of Sergeant Carter, the drill instructor who would mentor and clash with Gomer, the producers sought a seasoned actor with comedic chops. They found their man in Frank Sutton, who had already built a solid career on stage, screen, and television. Sutton's commanding presence and knack for physical comedy made him the perfect foil for Nabors' naive and good-natured Gomer. Ronnie Schell, a young comedian and actor, was cast as Duke Slater, Gomer's fellow Marine and confidant. Schell had previously worked with Nabors on The Andy Griffith Show, and the two had an easy chemistry. This rapport translated well to Gomer Pyle USMC, where Schell's more experienced and street-smart character provided a nice contrast to Gomer's innocence. The chemistry between Nabors and Sutton was evident from the start, but it was truly put to the test during the audition process. The actors were tasked with performing a scene where Carter berates Gomer for his lack of discipline. Nabors' genuine reactions to Sutton's intense deliveries sold the producers on their dynamic, and the rest is television history. In addition to the main cast, Gomer Pyle USMC featured a rotating cast of guest stars and supporting players. Among them were Elizabeth MacRae as Luann Poovie, a local singer and Gomer's love interest, and Allan Melvin as Corporal Henshaw, another Marine under Carter's command. These actors, along with the rest of the talented cast, helped bring this classic sitcom to life.
Looks like they're loading their weapons on that Jeep.
Well, why?
The directorial vision behind Gomer Pyle USMC was largely shaped by its producer and director, Aaron Rubin. With a background in comedy, having worked on The Phil Silvers Show, Rubin brought his comedic style to this classic television series. Rubin's approach to comedy was character-driven, focusing on the humor that arises from the contrast between Gomer's naivety and the stern world of the Marine Corps. He emphasized on physical comedy and situational humor, often placing Gomer in humorous predicaments. The director's creative influences were diverse, ranging from vaudeville to the golden age of television comedy. He was known for his ability to elicit natural performances from his cast, a skill he honed while working with actors like Phil Silvers and Jim Nabors. Collaboration was key to Rubin's directorial vision. He worked closely with the show's writers to ensure that the humor was organic to the characters and situations. He also fostered a positive working environment, encouraging improvisation and experimentation. Rubin's collaboration with the cast was also noteworthy. He had a knack for casting, as evident in Jim Nabors' portrayal of Gomer Pyle. Rubin reportedly discovered Nabors while he was performing at a cabaret in Santa Monica. He saw potential in Nabors' unique comedic style and decided to build the show around him. In terms of style, Rubin preferred a straightforward, unpretentious approach. He believed in letting the humor and the characters speak for themselves, without resorting to gimmicks or excessive stylistic flourishes. This approach served Gomer Pyle USMC well, contributing to its enduring popularity. In conclusion, Aaron Rubin's directorial vision was instrumental in bringing Gomer Pyle USMC to life. His comedic style, creative influences, and collaborative approach helped shape this classic television series. Gomer Pyle USMC was a popular TV series that aired from 1964 to 1969. It starred Jim Nabors as Gomer Pyle, a lovable, naive gas station attendant from Mayberry who enlists in the United States Marine Corps. The show was a spin-off of The Andy Griffith Show and followed Gomer's misadventures in the military. Perhaps Gomer Pyle USMC inspired you to appreciate the humor in everyday life, or showed you that it's never too late to follow your dreams. Whatever your connection to this classic show, there are many fascinating facts about it that you might not know. For instance, did you know that Jim Nabors was not the first choice to play Gomer Pyle? The show's creators originally wanted actor Bill Bixby for the role, but he turned it down. They also considered actors like Don Knotts and Andy Griffith before settling on Nabors. Another little-known fact is that Gomer Pyle USMC was one of the first TV shows to film on location at a real military base. The show's producers worked closely with the United States Marine Corps to ensure authenticity, and many actual Marines appeared as extras in the background of scenes. But the show wasn't all fun and games. In fact, Gomer Pyle USMC tackled some serious issues, including racism and sexism. One episode, for example, featured a black Marine who faced discrimination from his fellow soldiers. The show also explored the challenges that women faced in the military, including sexual harassment and unequal treatment. Do you have a cherished memory or personal experience related to Gomer Pyle USMC? We'd love to hear your stories and memories in the comments below. And stay tuned for more fascinating facts about this classic TV series.
There. Yeller jonquils, they're my favorites. You just see how they brighten up your room.
Pyle!
Gomer Pyle USMC, a popular 1964 TV series, was filmed in Hollywood, California. The show's outdoor scenes were shot at the historic Fort MacArthur military base in San Pedro. Set designers transformed parts of the base to resemble the Camp Henderson location depicted in the series. The production team faced logistical challenges in filming at Fort MacArthur. They had to coordinate with the military to ensure that filming did not interfere with the base's regular operations. Additionally, the team had to transport equipment and personnel to and from the base for each shooting day. To facilitate production, the team employed innovative techniques and technologies. For instance, they used a multi-camera setup, which allowed them to capture scenes from multiple angles simultaneously. This approach saved time and resources as it reduced the need for retakes and repositioning of cameras. Moreover, the show's set designers made clever use of space. They built a replica of Gomer's barracks inside a soundstage, which provided them with greater control over lighting and acoustics. The set was designed to be modular, allowing for easy reconfiguration during filming. Despite these innovations, the production of Gomer Pyle USMC was not without challenges. The team had to work within budget constraints, which limited their access to resources and technology. Nevertheless, they managed to produce a high-quality show that has endured as a classic of American television.
What's that you got on your cheek? Lipstick?
Golly, I guess it is.
Let's dive into the review of this classic television show, Gomer Pyle USMC. The series first aired in 1964 and quickly gained popularity due to its unique blend of comedy and military drama. The show's protagonist, Gomer Pyle, is a lovable, naive character who joins the United States Marine Corps, providing plenty of humorous situations. The show's creators, Aaron Rubin and Jerry Belson, did an excellent job of balancing the lighthearted comedy with the more serious aspects of military life. The result is a show that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. The cast of Gomer Pyle USMC is another highlight of the series. Jim Nabors, who plays Gomer Pyle, delivers a standout performance with his endearing charm and humor. Frank Sutton, who plays Sergeant Vince Carter, provides a perfect contrast to Nabors' character with his stern and strict demeanor. The show's writers also deserve recognition for their clever and witty scripts. They managed to create a show that appeals to both young and old audiences, making it a true classic. Overall, Gomer Pyle USMC is a must-watch for anyone who enjoys classic television shows. Its unique blend of comedy and drama, combined with its talented cast and clever writing, make it a standout series that continues to resonate with audiences today.
Pyle, you're sorry. You're very sorry. Well, I don't have time. The processing officer...
In the creation of Gomer Pyle USMC, music played a crucial role in complementing the narrative and emotional tone. The show's composers and musicians skillfully crafted a soundtrack that enhanced the lighthearted and humorous nature of this classic. Early in the series, the producers sought to establish a distinct musical identity. They turned to composers and musicians who could create memorable themes and scores. Among them was Pete Rugolo, a veteran composer known for his work in television and jazz. His compositions for Gomer Pyle USMC featured a lively big band sound, punctuated by playful brass and woodwind melodies. Collaborating with Rugolo was a team of talented studio musicians. Their contributions brought the musical ideas to life, capturing the spirit of the show. The musicians' ability to adapt to the ever-changing emotional landscape of each episode was vital to the show's success. The soundtrack's main theme, "The Army's Made a Man Out of Me," became an instant hit. Its upbeat tempo and catchy melodies set the stage for the comedic adventures that awaited viewers. The theme song's lyrics also provided a glimpse into Gomer's character, a naive but lovable Marine recruit. Throughout the series, the music subtly reinforced the narrative, accentuating the humor and heart of the show. For instance, in moments of triumph, the score would swell with a triumphant fanfare, amplifying the character's joy. During moments of tension, the music would take a more serious tone, building suspense and anticipation. The composers and musicians involved in Gomer Pyle USMC understood the importance of their roles. They worked diligently to create a soundtrack that would resonate with audiences and enhance their viewing experience. Their contributions left an indelible mark on this classic, ensuring that its music would remain a cherished part of its legacy.
Gomer? In
the classic TV show Gomer Pyle USMC, the main character, Gomer, had a fondness for monster pictures, particularly the original Godzilla film from 1954. His superior, Staff Sergeant Hacker, held the rank of Staff Sergeant throughout the series. As for Gomer's military career in the show, he never rose above the rank of Private First Class. However, in a nod to the actor's contribution to portraying the character, Jim Nabors was posthumously given honorary promotions to Lance Corporal in 2001 and Corporal in 2007 by the U.S. Marine Corps. Throughout the series, Gomer's love for monster movies provided a unique and entertaining aspect to his character, while the hierarchy within the Marine Corps was strictly adhered to, with Staff Sergeant Hacker overseeing Gomer's training and development. The honorary promotions bestowed upon Jim Nabors after the show's run further solidified the impact and legacy of Gomer Pyle USMC and its characters.
If they find out Carter's an experienced boxer, they'll want odds.
But we ought to tell them the truth. The chief ought to...
One of the most iconic scenes in Gomer Pyle USMC is when Gomer, played by Jim Nabors, gleefully sings The Great Pyle at the top of his lungs in the barracks, much to the chagrin of his fellow Marines. This scene showcases Nabors' impressive vocal range and the character's naive and carefree nature. Director Bob Sweeney expertly captures the contrast between Gomer's cheerful demeanor and the exasperated reactions of the other Marines. The use of tight shots on Nabors' face and wide shots of the barracks create a sense of intimacy and community, highlighting the close-knit nature of the Marines' living situation. Nabors recalls the filming of this scene with fondness, stating, "I love singing The Great Pyle. It was a fun way to showcase Gomer's personality and his love for music." The impact of this scene on audiences is significant, as it encapsulates the humor and heart of the series. The scene has been parodied and referenced in various forms of media, showcasing its enduring legacy. Another memorable scene is when Gomer, in a moment of desperation, pleads with his strict drill instructor, Sergeant Carter, played by Frank Sutton, to shame him instead of punishing another Marine. This scene highlights the unique dynamic between the two characters, with Gomer's earnestness and innocence clashing with Carter's strict and authoritative nature. Sutton's powerful performance as Carter is a standout in this scene, as he expertly balances humor and intensity. The use of low-key lighting and close-ups on Sutton's face add to the tension and drama of the moment. Sutton reflects on this scene, stating, "It was always a pleasure to work with Jim and explore the relationship between Carter and Gomer." That scene in particular was a great example of the humor and heart of the series. This scene has become iconic due to its exploration of themes such as loyalty, respect, and the power of forgiveness. It has resonated with audiences and is often cited as a fan favorite.
Yeah, we say it all the time.
Say it once. Let me hear a real Marine say it.
The popular television series, Gomer Pyle USMC, achieved remarkable success during its 5-season run, consistently ranking in the top 10, even placing in the top 3 for 4 of those seasons. Its popularity, however, did not translate into longevity for all its cast members, with 3 of the 10 actors who appeared in the most episodes passing away before the age of 80, including Frank Sutton, who played Sergeant Carter, and Ted Bessell, who portrayed Frankie. Notably, the show was sponsored by General Foods, which marketed products such as Shake and Bake, Jell-O, and Good Seasoned salad dressings. The enduring impact of this classic series is evident in the fact that, as of April 2022, 2 of its semi-regular cast members, Ronnie Schell and Elizabeth MacRae, are still alive. The show's influence extends beyond its cast, leaving a lasting impression on its audience and the television industry as a whole.
Going last nice way.
Blue Reds is 14, a blue is 5, and a bullseye that makes 20.
Gomer Pyle USMC, a 1964 TV series, gained significant popularity and influenced pop culture in various ways. The show, starring Jim Nabors as Gomer Pyle, resonated with audiences due to its unique blend of humor and heart. Set in a military context, it presented a fish-out-of-water scenario, with Gomer, a naive and unsophisticated gas station attendant from Mayberry, joining the Marine Corps. The series struck a chord with viewers because of its relatable characters and universal themes. Gomer's wide-eyed innocence and optimism provided a stark contrast to the rigid military environment, creating a perfect setting for comedy. Audiences found solace in Gomer's unwavering kindness and sincerity, which often led to hilarious situations, but also conveyed a powerful message about the importance of remaining true to oneself. Moreover, Gomer Pyle USMC contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. While the show did not explicitly tackle controversial issues, it subtly addressed the generational divide and the clash between traditional and modern values. Gomer, as a representative of the older, more innocent generation, often found himself at odds with the fast-paced, rule-bound world of the Marine Corps. This contrast served as a commentary on the changing times and the challenges faced by individuals trying to adapt to a rapidly evolving society. In addition, the series played a role in shaping pop culture by introducing catchphrases and memorable characters that have endured over the years. Jim Nabors' portrayal of Gomer Pyle became an instant classic, and his unique delivery of lines like Shazam and Golly left an indelible mark on American television. The show's impact transcended its original run, as it continued to be syndicated and enjoyed by new generations of viewers. Gomer Pyle USMC remains a testament to the power of humor and heart in storytelling, and its cultural and social influence can still be felt today.
Woman.
In the 1965 film Parody Begins at Home, the character Gomer Pyle is mentioned. This classic military-themed TV show, Gomer Pyle USMC, gained the support of the U.S. Marine Corps, which provided unlimited access to its equipment for filming. This gesture was driven by the belief that the series would positively impact the Corps' image. Delving into the characters, we find that Duke Slater, a prominent figure, has the given name Gilbert. The show's realistic portrayal of military life and relatable characters have made it a favorite among older adults.
No! No! I said no! N-O! It's out! No, 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 never!
Would you like to think?
Gomer Pyle USMC, the 1964 TV series, received mixed reviews from critics when it first aired. Some praised the show for its humor and the endearing performance of its star, Jim Nabors, as the lovable, naive Gomer Pyle. Others criticized it for being simplistic and formulaic. Audiences, however, embraced the show. It became one of the highest-rated programs of the season and made Nabors a household name. The show's success led to a spin-off, The Jim Nabors Hour, and a successful recording career for Nabors. The show was also nominated for several awards. In 1966, Nabors received an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Continued Performance by an actor in a leading role in a comedy series. While he didn't win, the nomination solidified his status as a talented comedic actor. In 1967, Gomer Pyle USMC won a Golden Globe for Best Television Series, Musical or Comedy. The award recognized the show's popularity and its contribution to the genre. These accolades were significant for those involved in the show. For Nabors, they validated his talent and hard work. For the show's creators and producers, they represented financial success and critical recognition. And for fans, they provided further proof of the show's enduring appeal and cultural impact. Despite the mixed critical reception, Gomer Pyle USMC remains a beloved classic. Its humor and heart continue to resonate with audiences, and its influence can be seen in many subsequent comedy shows. The show's success also helped launch Nabors' career, establishing him as a talented and versatile performer. Overall, the accolades received by Gomer Pyle USMC are a testament to its lasting impact and appeal.
We're not setting up housekeeping!
No, Sergeant, but I...
Pyle, suppose we were suddenly surrounded by the enemy.
Jim Nabors, the only actor to appear in all 150 episodes of Gomer Pyle USMC, played the titular character. Ronnie Schell, who portrayed Duke, left the show after the third season to star in Good Morning World. Upon his return, his absence was explained by having Duke go to the Marines Leadership School and getting promoted to corporal. The show's producer, Aaron Rubin, received letters from viewers inquiring why Gomer Pyle was not involved in the Vietnam War. Rubin sought advice from the Department of Defense on how to respond. The Commandant of the Marine Corps suggested that Gomer remain in the United States, as it was safer than being overseas. This decision was made to avoid depicting the harsh realities of war, such as soldiers getting injured or killed.
Never dreamed.
It is?
Well, not for me personally, mind you. It's Bunny, poor kid.
In the early 1960s, actor Jim Nabors was discovered by Andy Griffith while performing at a Los Angeles comedy club. This chance encounter led to Nabors becoming a regular on the Andy Griffith Show as the lovable, naive character Gomer Pyle. The success of Gomer Pyle on the show prompted the creation of Gomer Pyle USMC, a spin-off series that aired from 1964 to 1969. During the filming of Gomer Pyle USMC, Nabors became known for his genuine kindness and humility. He would often take time to sign autographs and chat with fans, even if it meant delaying filming. Nabors' co-star, Frank Sutton, who played the no-nonsense Sergeant Vince Carter, was initially frustrated by these delays. However, over time, Sutton came to appreciate Nabors' warmth and accessibility, and the two actors developed a strong bond off-screen. The show's writers often drew inspiration from real-life experiences. For instance, the episode Gomer Buys a Car was based on Nabors' own experience of purchasing a car without fully understanding the terms of the loan. The writers also incorporated elements of Nabors' musical talents into the show. Nabors was an accomplished singer, and the character of Gomer Pyle often broke into song, much to the delight of audiences. Despite the show's light-hearted tone, Gomer Pyle USMC tackled serious issues on occasion. In the episode of Black Day for Billy, Gomer befriends a young African-American soldier who faces discrimination from his fellow Marines. The episode was notable for its sensitive portrayal of racial prejudice and was praised by critics and audiences alike. Behind the scenes, the show's crew was a tight-knit group. Many of them had worked together on the Andy Griffith Show and were delighted to reunite for Gomer Pyle USMC. Director Hal Cooper, who directed many episodes of both shows, was known for his attention to detail and his ability to elicit natural performances from his actors. One of the show's most memorable moments occurred during the filming of the episode The Court Martial. As part of the storyline, Sutton's character, Sergeant Carter, is court-martialed, and Nabors' character, Gomer Pyle, is called to testify on his behalf. During a particularly emotional scene, Nabors became choked up and was unable to continue. The director decided to roll with it, and the scene was left in the final cut, adding to its emotional impact. In conclusion, Gomer Pyle USMC was a beloved classic that brought laughter and joy to audiences for 5 seasons. The show's behind-the-scenes anecdotes offer a glimpse into the warm and supportive environment that made it all possible. From Nabors' kindness and humility to the show's thoughtful writing and strong bonds between cast and crew, Gomer Pyle USMC remains a beloved piece of television history.
Oh, Gomer. Well, now you just better take it off because we're supposed to be at dinner.
In the TV show Gomer Pyle USMC, the sets for Bunny Harper's home, Sergeant Carter's girlfriend, change from episode to episode. Sometimes she's shown living in a house, while other times it's an apartment. This inconsistency adds a layer of unpredictability to the series. Allan Melvin, who played Sergeant Charley Hacker, had a successful career appearing in numerous TV shows. However, he is best known for 4 recurring roles, including Corporal Henshaw in The Phil Silvers Show, Sergeant Charley Hacker on Gomer Pyle USMC, Alice's boyfriend Sam on The Brady Bunch, and Archie Bunker's best friend Barney Hefner on All in Fit to Best Friend. Family. Ronnie Schell, another actor from Gomer Pyle USMC, was good friends with his co-stars Jim Nabors and Frank Sutton. The camaraderie among the cast members added a sense of authenticity to the show.
In to watch over my girl, do a little spying for me, and this is what happens, you?
What are you talking about?
This rat Fink here, I sent him...
Gomer Pyle USMC, a 1964 television series, holds a unique place in film history. As a spin-off of the Andy Griffith Show, it introduced the character of Gomer Pyle to a wider audience. The show's success led to the creation of many similar spin-offs in the following decades. The series is also notable for its impact on future filmmaking. It popularized the fish out of water trope, where a naive character is placed in a new, unfamiliar environment. This concept has since been used in numerous films and television shows. Moreover, Gomer Pyle USMC paved the way for more nuanced portrayals of Southern characters in media. The show challenged stereotypes and presented Gomer as a likable, well-meaning character rather than a caricature. The show's influence can also be seen in subsequent works. For instance, the character of Burt Reynolds in the 1977 film Smokey and the Bandit bears some resemblance to Gomer Pyle. Both characters are Southern, affable, and have a propensity for getting into humorous situations. In addition, the series has inspired various parodies and homages in popular culture. The character of Gomer Pyle has become a cultural touchstone, synonymous with sincerity and good-natured humor. In conclusion, Gomer Pyle USMC has left an indelible mark on film history. Its innovative storytelling, memorable characters, and cultural significance continue to resonate today.
Don't worry, Sergeant, I will.
And make sure you tuck it in under the wheel so no sand blows against the hubcaps.
You can count on me. I'll tuck it in just like it was.
It's poignant to learn that Jim Nabors, the star of the popular 60s TV show Gomer Pyle USMC, finds it hard to watch the opening credits due to the fates of his co-stars. Many of the Marines marching with him in the series didn't make it home from Vietnam. Frank Sutton, who played the strict gunnery Sergeant Vince Carter, never got to serve in the Marine Corps, as he failed the physical during World War II. However, he still saw action in the Pacific, participating in 14 assault landings while serving in the Army. Interestingly, throughout the series, none of the servicemen are seen wearing dog tags around their necks, which is a uniform violation for Marines on duty. It's a small detail that can easily go unnoticed, but it speaks to the attention given to authenticity in the show.
Hungry again?
Oh, no, ma'am, not for a long time.
Never mind, we sing a few more songs and you'll get...
In creating a spin-off for the character Gomer, the show's creators aimed to challenge him by placing him in a strict environment. Thus, Gomer Pyle USMC was born, featuring Gomer joining the U.S. Marine Corps. This classic television series opens with a scene of marching recruits, filmed at the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in San Diego, California. The character Gomer's superior officer, Lieutenant Colonel Gray, is portrayed as a highly decorated and experienced Marine. His many accolades include the Silver Star, Navy and Marine Corps Medal, Legion of Merit, Navy Presidential Unit Citation, Marine Corps Good Conduct Medal, Marine Corps Expeditionary Medal, World War II Victory Medal, Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, Asiatic Pacific Campaign Medal, Navy Unit Commendation, Korean Service Medal, UN Service Medal, and Korean Unit Citation. These distinctions speak to the level of respect and authority Lieutenant Colonel Gray commands within the Marine Corps.
Mothers do it all the time. When one kid gets it, she exposes all the kids to it. That way she doesn't...
Meanwhile, the show premiered in 1964, initially set at Camp Wilson in North Carolina, but later shifted to Camp Henderson in California. Sergeant Carter, a character, grew up in Wichita, Kansas. As of March 2022, only 2 actors from the show who appeared in 10 or more episodes are still alive. These actors are Ronnie Schell, who played Duke Slater, and Elizabeth MacRae, who played Luann Poovie. Ronnie Schell celebrated his 90th birthday on December 23, 2021, and Elizabeth MacRae celebrated her 86th birthday on February 22, 2022. In the case of Gomer Pyle USMC, CBS initially rejected the show due to concerns about its military theme appealing to female viewers. However, when producer Danny Thomas threatened to take it to NBC, CBS had a change of heart. As of 2022, Ronnie Schell is the last surviving main cast member of this classic TV series. Forrest Compton, who played Colonel Gray, first appeared as a captain before becoming base commander. His character's progression was a notable aspect of the show.
Congratulations, Pyle. How did you find him?
Wasn't me that found him, sir. It was Sergeant Carter.
Huh?
After the
Jim Nabors, the star of the popular TV series Gomer Pyle USMC, was not just a talented actor but also a savvy businessman. He was one of the owners of the show, which paid off handsomely as it became a successful syndicated program. Nabors' character, Gomer Pyle, was first introduced on The Andy Griffith Show. It was there that Andy Griffith discovered Nabors performing at a nightclub called The Horn in Santa Monica, Sir. Gomer Pyle's lovable personality and distinctive voice quickly made him a fan favorite, leading to his own spin-off show. In Gomer Pyle USMC, Sergeant Carter finds himself in a committed relationship with Bunny for much of the series. However, he still pursues other women, including Luann Poovie, who eventually becomes Gomer's steady girlfriend. This dynamic added an interesting layer to the show, creating tension and humor between the two characters. Overall, Gomer Pyle USMC was a classic television show that brought laughter and joy to audiences for years. Its memorable characters and timeless humor continue to be enjoyed by viewers today.
In Washington, D.C. Camp Henderson's own singing private, PFC, Gomer Pyle.
Elizabeth MacRae gained fame for her role as Luann Poovie, Gomer's girlfriend, in the popular 1960s TV series Gomer Pyle USMC. Gomer, known for his good-natured innocence, often mistakenly refers to the Marine Corps as his corpse. It's worth noting that the correct pronunciation is Corps. In the series, Sergeant Carter, Gomer's superior, is a Korean War veteran. His character brings a sense of discipline and order to the show, contrasting with Gomer's naivety. Despite the humorous misunderstandings and lighthearted tone, the show also subtly pays tribute to the real-life experiences of veterans like Sergeant Carter.
Friends, and you're sure good friends, because I think today was the nicest day I ever had in my whole life.
By the fourth season of Gomer Pyle USMC, the character of Gomer had earned several military accolades, including a Marine Corps Good Conduct Medal, a National Defense Service Medal, and an Expert Rifleman badge. In the first season's main title sequence, a 49-star U.S. flag was used, which was only in use for 1 year. This mistake was corrected in the second season when a proper 50-star flag was used. Elizabeth MacRae, who played Luann Poovie on the show, started her acting career with a role in the anthology series Rendezvous in 1959. She was cast in the CBS courtroom drama The Verdict Is Yours after a wire from producer Edwin H. Knopp described her as an American actress well-stacked. MacRae had a successful career in television, including recurring roles in Gunsmoke and Gomer Pyle USMC. She also tested for the film Anatomy of a Murder, but did not get the part. MacRae believed that if she had not met Otto Preminger, she might have married and settled down instead of pursuing an acting career.
Some pretty glowing recommendations about you.
Beg pardon, sir?
Private Pyle withdrew his name.
When Gomer Pyle USMC first aired, viewers didn't see the character's introduction to Sergeant Carter from the Andy Griffith Show. In the spin-off's initial episode, Gomer gets a military haircut before meeting Carter. The show ended after 5 seasons due to Jim Nabors' desire to do a musical variety show, The Jim Nabors Hour. Despite good ratings, plans to continue Gomer Pyle USMC with the remaining cast were dropped when Frank Sutton and Ronnie Schell joined Nabors' new show. Nabors has mentioned that watching the opening of the series is challenging for him, as many of the men marching alongside him in the opening credits were killed in Vietnam. In the TV series Gomer Pyle USMC, the character of Gomer Pyle received a special honor in 2017 when he was given an honorary promotion to sergeant by the Commandant of the U.S. Marine Corps. This recognition came decades after the show's initial run from 1964 to 1969, but it speaks to the enduring legacy of this classic program. In one particular episode, Gomer Pyle decides to grow a garden. As Sergeant Carter and Corporal Boyle stand in front of the barracks talking, all the men can be seen in the background, fake raking with their rakes and brooms several inches off the ground. This small detail adds a touch of humor to the scene, and is just one example of the lighthearted moments found throughout the series. Sergeant Carter, played by actor Frank Sutton, held the rank of gunnery sergeant in Gomer Pyle USMC. His character was known for his strict discipline and gruff demeanor, providing a stark contrast to Gomer Pyle's naive and good-natured personality. Despite their differences, the two characters formed a memorable and entertaining dynamic throughout the show's run.
I'm on that private.
Well, it seemed like the only thing left to do. When I saw our hammy sergeant giving him all those details, I decided...
In the classic series Gomer Pyle USMC, the main character, Gomer, has a middle name beginning with the letter S, as revealed in the episode Payday. Gomer's barracks mates frequently change from week to week throughout the show. Meanwhile, Sergeant Carter, who is left-handed, wears a watch on his right wrist and an ID bracelet on his left wrist, which was common men's jewelry during that time.
Huh? Huh? That's terrible.
Everett Greenbaum, the creator of the TV series Gomer Pyle USMC, drew inspiration for the character's name by combining the first name of Gomer Cool and the last name of Denver Pyle. The show is set in Camp Henderson, the USMC station where Gomer Pyle is stationed. Throughout the series, all privates in Pyle's platoon received promotions by the end of the first season 2 episode, with the exception of Gunnery Sergeant Vince Carter. He was the only regular character associated with the platoon who did not get promoted during the show's run. In this classic, the focus on character development and promotions added depth to the storyline, making it an engaging watch for audiences.
Did you hear that? When I asked him before, he denied he lived there.
And one of her honest things.
In the classic television series Gomer Pyle USMC, the character of Sergeant Carter holds the rank of gunnery sergeant throughout, yet interestingly, he is never referred to as Gunny once. The show, which aired during the Vietnam War, never discusses the war directly, despite its military setting. Background actor Ben Wong appears in most episodes as one of Gomer's platoon mates, usually without speaking and without credit. However, in the episode Home on the Range, he speaks one line and receives credit as Larry. This is just a glimpse into the intriguing details that make up Gomer Pyle USMC.
Considering the jerk I made out of myself.
What, so I should have my head examined? Go on, take it.
In the TV series Gomer Pyle USMC, the character of Gomer's superior, Sergeant Carter, boasts an impressive military record. His collection of decorations includes 2 Bronze Stars, 2 Purple Hearts, 2 Navy Presidential Unit Citations, 3 Marine Corps Good Conduct Medals, the World War II Victory Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, the Korean Service Medal, the Korean Service Medal, with 4 Campaign Stars, the UN Service Medal, and a Korean Presidential Unit Citation. Carter also displays Expert Rifleman and Expert Pistol Marksmanship badges, highlighting his exceptional military skills.
You're doing a swell job, too, right, Frankie?
Yeah, real swell.
Well, keep up the good work. We'll be talking to you, Sergeant. Corporal.
In the beloved classic Gomer Pyle USMC, which first aired in 1964, a shocking tragedy occurred behind the scenes. Jim Nabors, the actor who played the lovable and naive Gomer Pyle, experienced a significant loss. Nabors' longtime partner, Stan Cadwallader, passed away in 2018, years after the show had ended. The two had been together for over 38 years, but their relationship was not legally recognized as a marriage until 2013, when same-sex marriage became legal in Washington state. This sad fact serves as a reminder that, while Gomer Pyle USMC brought joy to millions, the life of its star was not without its own share of hardships.
I spend a lot of time putting together curriculums.
Putting together what?
Curriculums? You can't do a thing.
Do you remember the lovable character Gomer Pyle from the TV series Gomer Pyle USMC? This classic sitcom, which aired from 1964 to 1969, brought laughter into many homes across America. Perhaps you chuckled at Gomer's naivete and sincerity, or maybe you admired his unwavering loyalty to his friends and country. Whatever your experience, this show likely left an impression on you. We'd love to hear about your memories and experiences related to Gomer Pyle USMC. How did this film impact you personally or influence your perspective on cinema? Share your stories with us and engage with others by liking, sharing, and subscribing for more cinematic explorations. Did you know that the show's star, Jim Nabors, was originally hired as a regular cast member on The Andy Griffith Show? His character's popularity led to the creation of Gomer Pyle USMC. So, whether you watched Gomer Pyle USMC when it first aired or discovered it later, we'd love to hear from you. Let's reminisce about this classic show together.
Here for a while, and wasn't the colonel nice about it? It's just the kind of thing that brightens